Hello, in this video we're going to cover an overview of Xcode 9. We will explore Xcode's code editor. We will also explore Xcode's interface builder where we can create the user interface. And we will also get familiar with the attribute inspector where we can change settings within the interface builder to customize different views and controls. We will start by taking a look at the code editor. So if we go to the left here and click on our app delegate, this main section here is the code editor. This is where you spend most of your time. You can alt-click on different variables and it will tell you the type and where it's declared in. But you can also command-click and jump to the definition of different classes, and that will give you the header file that Apple generates for us to be able to look and see different functions that we have access to. It's the same thing you would see for the most part if you were to take a look at the documentation. To get to the documentation, you go up to Window, and you go up to Developer Documentation, or you can hit Shift-Command-0. Over on the left here, in this little folder, we have the Project Navigator. If you click on the blue icon, which says Journal, that gives us access to our project settings. And these are some advanced settings that we don't really need access to at the moment. But notice it says Choose Info Plist File. Since we created a new folder of resources, it moved this info plist into a resource folder on our actual disk drive. And it moved that file and no longer knows where it is. So we do have to choose info plist and reselect the info plist in our resource folder. So that will resolve that warning that was up here in the yellow exclamation point. This is our whole project structure, so we can keep our code organized. In this case, our resources are in our resource folder. And our main storyboard will create a new group from selection and put that in a UI folder, because that's where our UI will go. There are some other icons here, most of which are more advanced than what we will cover in this course here. But we have this search to be able to search our entire project instead of just searching through a particular folder. Then you notice that with main storyboard selected, we go into this new view. This is no longer our code editor, this is our interface builder. Greet it with this blank screen. Down at the bottom to the right, if you have this circle selected, this is our object library and gives us access to different view controllers and different views. We'll go over more detail in that when we cover building the user interface. But basically we can drag these objects into our view and position them to create those objects. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll save that for the next video. Over to the right above here, we have some icons here, which are pretty important and you will use very frequently throughout this course. The first one that's selected with this little down arrow is the attribute inspector. And if we select our view controller, we can see that we have access to different attributes, including the background color and the tint color. If we change the background color to say a blue color, we can see that be changed right in the view dynamically as we change it. If we hit these little arrows, you can see that we actually have access to the default color or any pre-selected colors or recently used colors. One to the left, we have access to the custom class, which we will go in more detail in the next video. We also have this ruler, which says how large view is that we have selected. So if we have the view controller, it has no settings because the view controller is just a window that's created for us. But if we select the view, we can see the width and the height. But notice we can't change those because the view is locked to the view controller. But again, we'll go into more detail in the next video. In the next video, we will go into more detail with the interface builder and start building the user interface. See you then.